the philosophy of like having vicarious joy for someone else other than yourself. And it's being just as excited for your teammates as you would be for you.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Talk. I'm Mikayla Nagel, joined by Adisyn Perry, and today we're joined by Corinne and Cayla Kapelke, the co-directors and founders of Infinity Volleyball Club. They've spent years coaching together and built their club with a clear purpose to create a better, more team-focused experience for athletes in youth sports. We're going to talk about how they built Infinity from the ground up, the philosophy that drives their program, and what they're seeing in today's volleyball world. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Of course.
Awesome.
So let's dive into it. What inspired you to build Infinity Volleyball Club?
Well, we had been both of us coaching at different places leading up to it, and we just love volleyball, and we thought if other people could do it, we could do it too. And we had gone through a couple of like rougher situations leading up to it, and so we were like, we can build something better than what we've been at, and so we just dove in and
Let's do it. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. So you were talking about those previous coaching jobs. What did you guys do before? How'd you start playing volleyball and everything?
Well, I started because I was a basketball player growing up.
Okay.
And then I got to high school, and the volleyball coach was like, "You're really tall. Do you play volleyball?" And I said, "No." And she's like, "Do you want to try?" And I was like, "Sure." Why not? So I tried, and I loved it. And then she kind of was one of my biggest role models growing up. And so I just kind of wanted to like be just like her. And that kind of put me in that direction of continuing down the line with coaching. And
I played soccer. Actually, I didn't play sports until middle school because I'm old enough that sports and youth sports weren't really a huge thing. Club sports were just getting started when I was about that age. So I started playing soccer in middle school because that's when I could start playing sports, which led me to wanting to try a little bit of everything. So I also played basketball, but was not a very good basketball player. So I played volleyball and soccer middle school through high school. Was supposed to play college soccer, decided not to do that and go that route. Wanted to get into coaching just because of the experience I had. Chose volleyball, and we ran into each other coaching, and then that's how all that got started. Volleyball's kind of a forever changing sport, so that was one thing that we kind of liked, was that the game's changing all the time, so that's sucked us in.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So were you guys friends previously to this?
no, we met coaching.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Late in life.
Yeah.
There we go. That's awesome.
Well, now you guys are running this club together. What problems did you see that needed to be fixed, and why did you decide to start this club? I know you talked about we saw problems, so we're going to make our own.
I think some people get into youth sports for the wrong reasons. Youth sports is turning into such a big money thing right now, and that's where a lot of people are getting into it. That's not why we're into it. So I think the greed and the push for certain things of 8-year-olds being in the gym 6 days a week is crazy to me. I think kids should still be kids, and morally and ethically, that's not where we kind of align. And so we needed a change of being more laid back, but also giving a push more of, I hate to use it word family, but more of a place they feel comfortable being, and that wasn't happening in the gyms that we were in previously. So I think that's where we said it's time.
Yeah. A lot of that same stuff, they were just in it to make money, like she said, and so they didn't really care as much about the athletes as we would have liked to see. And so that's kind of, we know every single athlete in our gym. We can call them by name, and I cannot say that about the last places.
And most parents. We know
most
who, what parent belongs to who for good reasons. These aren't the parents that are constantly complaining, or we know most of our parents too.
That's awesome. It's really a family.
That's good. Yeah. Because that makes the parents more comfortable with you guys too, and knowing where their kid is and knowing that you actually care as well. So, how is going back to meeting later in life and coaching together and then building this program up, how has that helped your connection with this program, just working together and becoming best friends?
I think that's a big part of why we're successful, because we work so well together and because we both know that we like want the best for the business.
Yeah.
And the girls that we
each other well.
coach. Yeah. When she's more direct sometimes, and I'm like, I just want to make everyone happy.
That was a
And
polite way to put that. I am the more direct one. Corinne is the make more people happy one. Every once in a while it flips.
Yeah, we switch
but,
sometimes. Yeah.
But we balance each other pretty well. Starting coaching together at the high school we were at, we kind of just talking philosophy and bouncing ideas and talking kind of grew. We actually coached high school together for 6 years.
Wow.
Prior to starting the club. So we've been coaching together for 10 years. So it's been really good to just bounce ideas and give honest opinions, because sometimes we have to, and neither one of us seem to get really hurt about that, and just know that each of us are coming from a good place. And so it's been a really good balance of personality and knowing what the person needs or what our business needs at the time. Yeah.
That's huge.
What's been the hardest part about growing a business that you've learned?
One of the biggest things is that it changes all the time. And so that's like hard to kind of keep up with. Like our region rules change and our recruiting rules change, and
The kids and the parents
kids
change.
and parents change. Yeah. And so just keeping up with all the changes and like trying to come up with the best ways to handle all the things that are thrown at us every single year is a new challenge. And so I think that is, at least for me, that's
And
one
I
of the
think
hardest parts.
It's been really hard for me to learn that I can't make everyone happy. And sometimes we have to do what's best for us, not best for the individual. And sometimes that doesn't sit right with people. And that's a hard pill for us each to swallow, is that in the beginning, we were doing everything to make everybody happy and kind of like just going. And finally we were like, we have to stick to our standards and our expectations, and people aren't going to be happy all the time, and they're going to disagree, and we have to kind of be okay with that. But also I think like knowing what our why is, like our why of why we started doing what we're doing for coaching or opening our club has been helped the growth and the curveballs we get.
Before we move on, let's talk about something every serious athlete needs to pay attention to: your digital footprint. Fandom Nation has just released a powerful new tool to help athletes make sure their social media profiles are fully optimized and recruit ready. Today, coaches aren't just evaluating game film, they're evaluating character, leadership, and maturity online. This resource gives you a step-by-step roadmap to clean up your profiles, highlight your strengths, and avoid common mistakes that can cost opportunities. If playing at the next level is your goal, don't leave your online presence to chance. Go check it out now at fandaynation.com. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, putting yourself first is really important. I mean, you guys would go crazy if like you had to just constantly
We do.
go.
We do.
They do go crazy. Oftentimes we have to like reel it back in a little bit and say like, okay, we need to set some boundaries and do what's good for us, and stick to that. But oftentimes we don't.
Well, what have been some of the most effective ways that you've brought in these coaches or coaches, players, parents, things like that?
A lot of our athletes are word of mouth. A lot of our coaches are word of mouth. Coaches in the area that coach high school or have at other clubs and kind of get to know us, because you end up playing a lot of the same teams throughout the club season at different tournaments in our region. So I think a lot of it is word of mouth and what you bring to the table. Of social media and like marketing stuff, we don't really market other than social media and word of mouth. Coaches on Indeed, or coaches that were like, hey, we kind of like you.
Come over here.
Let's chat. But other than that, it's mainly like reputation and like environment culture built is how I feel.
Yeah, we get a lot of like new people in during the summer when we're running open gyms and camps and clinics and stuff. And I think for the most part, that's kind of where we've given, we have gotten a lot of the athletes just because they have fun and they know that they can grow in our environment. And so they want more of that.
Yeah. I know we talked a little bit about it earlier, but what kind of coaches and players are you looking for to be in your club?
It's a really good question. Athletes and coaches can have huge turnover because of like not making people happy, or people that aren't willing to buy into like what culture you're trying to change. And that change takes a while. It's not overnight and it's not in one season. So that's also another challenge that we've seen is like we are trying to change culture and stuff, and it takes time. It's not instant. It takes the buy-in of the coaches and the athletes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's I think committed people that are wanting to work, people that are willing to know that it's okay to make a mistake. We tell our athletes that all the time. Like, part of playing sports is making mistakes, and volleyball is a game of errors, and it's okay to make errors. As adults, we tell our coaches, like, it's also, you're going to make mistakes, and it's okay. And it's also okay to tell your athletes that, like, I messed up. My bad. I'll own it, sort of thing. So I think coaches that are just willing to kind of go with the flow, change, hear when they need to make the changes and be receptive to that is a huge thing. But it is hard as adults working together to do that and say that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We also, I mean, we want to push the girls. We want to challenge them and make sure that they're growing as athletes and outside of that. But part of that is on them too. Like, they have to be willing to want the feedback and want to get criticized every once in a while and know that that's coming from a good place. And we also like to have fun in our gym, and so it has to be a good balance.
Yeah, you got to handle criticism if you want to play a sport. In general, it just has to happen.
And it's a big struggle in the generations that are coming up that that they think every conversation with disagreement is conflict. And so we're trying to explain our athletes that that's not true, and it's okay to disagree with people and have those like good constructive conversations. And that's been something in the gym that's been hard to change too, that we're trying to get there, but it's a struggle.
Well, that's how you know the coaches care too. I remember growing up playing softball. One of my coaches was so hard on me all the time, and she's like, well, it's because I care about you. Like, if I didn't care, I wouldn't say anything to make you better.
Right.
Yeah. Like, you're helping. Like, you're trying to help me.
It's not a problem when we're talking. It's a problem when we become silent.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
So you emphasize a we over me philosophy. How did you build that mindset in such a team competitive environment?
Well, we've been trying to do that since day one when we opened. But every year we've kind of gotten to a different level, I guess, of that. But we try to build it from, you know, like the first time somebody steps into our gym, we're like always talking about how everyone does everything together. Like, we go and do water breaks together. We shag balls together. Like, everything has to be done together as a team, and we cheer always at the end of all of our camps and open gyms and practices. Everyone comes together and cheers. And so it's trying to build that, like, over and over and over with the girls, that they know that it's not just about them, that it is about a team, and you can't do this alone, and you're in a team sport, and so it's going to be that way. So,
which is kind of where we came with the Mudita philosophy that we have in our gym. Alabama's softball coach, I don't know how much you follow college softball, is actually who puts it, puts it in his program. And now a lot of the other athletics at Alabama are doing the same thing. And it is the philosophy of like having vicarious joy for someone else other than yourself. And it's being just as excited for your teammates as you would be for you. And kind of knowing that it's okay that somebody else is being successful, and that doesn't take anything away from you. And so that's kind of the big shift we've been having in our gym, is understanding that you play a team sport, and yes, you want to do well yourself, but you should also want your teammates to do well, because that's how your team wins. So so we've been trying every year to kind of go, and we saw this podcast and we were like, that's it. And that's kind of how he found it too. Like, he explains it. He's like, I heard this word and what it meant, and it hit the nail on the head, where I was like, that's what I've been trying to come up with all these years, is like, what's one word that summarizes all that? And so the success they've had at Alabama with all our sports that have put this in there, and the culture change that they've seen has been big. So this is year one of introducing it, and we're hoping it just keeps changing the culture. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. What a good word.
Yeah, that's really exciting.
You should watch the podcast.
I should.
It's amazing.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
We're proud to celebrate women who lead on and off the court. Nico Stones welcomes new brand ambassador Sophie Zidell, a standout basketball player at the University of Colorado. Her exclusive edits is all about confidence, strength, and the style that moves with you. Support women in sports and shop Sophie's limited collection now at nicostones.com.
So we've talked about confusion around the recruiting process, and so I'm going to ask you guys, what do you wish families had a better understanding of what to do, how to go through with it, how to actually be a parent and not try to coach their children when they're not actually a coach?
Well, I think like one of the biggest things that we've seen in the past few years, which I think the region has tried to do a better job of like getting rid of, they have like a new program where you have to like put your offers into the program first, and then people can accept the offers through the program. Whereas before, it was just kind of like, I can offer you and you can say yes. And a lot of times it was kind of just an understanding that you would give athletes the opportunity to go to other tryouts or see if that was right for them, or like think about it for more than 2 seconds. But a lot of places were just like in their face, like, you have to sign right now. If you don't sign right now, you aren't going to make a team.
Right.
And so that was hard to like remind our parents and like try to get other parents like, hey, you don't have to sign right now, actually.
Yeah.
You can think through where you want to be and find the best option for you. And I think that is good that they changed it into like that one offer system online, because then you can see all your offers and then you can think about it and then you can accept the one that you want. And so that has kind of helped a little bit, but they change recruiting
every year,
time frames,
every year,
rules and stuff every single year, and so it's hard to keep up with. But
which is the struggle, I think, is that even as club directors, there's times where we're like, what rules are the rules this year? Because they're changing so frequently. And then you have clubs within our region that are like top tier, like all other girls going D1, very competitive clubs, to clubs kind of trickling down to almost rec ball. And so when kids are getting offers to those places, they're wanting to sign right away. Beyond that, I think parents feel like, oh, well, we got the offer, we have to take this one because we may not get another one. And so I don't know how our region can do a better job with notifying our parents of the rules. If it's, I mean, they're sending emails, they're doing recorded Zooms and all the things, but I don't think parents are paying close enough attention to it. And then 6 to 8 weeks in, they're kind of like, why did I sign here? I should have gone there. So I think them getting in the gym more and going to different places, because everybody has a home, right? Like just because you had an okay time at one club doesn't mean anything. So getting in more gyms of more clubs and really testing in the waters, I think would help them kind of find their home. But I don't know how to.
And we usually, like right around tryout time, we usually try to pull as many parents as we can into the gym and just say like, these are the rules about recruiting and this is what you need to like look out for in places. And we say, you know, if we're not the right place for you, we're not the right place for you. Like you got to go where you feel best, and like no hard feelings, but like look into what you're actually paying for. Like ask the questions. How many practices are you getting? What are you doing outside of just practice time? How many tournaments are you participating in? Like, do you have one coach or two coaches, or is it just a volunteer parent, or you know, like all the things, you got to ask all the things and know what you're getting into, especially for the price that it comes with.
And sometimes parents are just looking at the price. They're not looking at the detail. Like this one is $700 cheaper than that one. I'm going to go that one, but they're not realizing they're playing in 2 less tournaments. They only have one coach and they're getting one uniform or whatever it may be. So there's ask more questions. Yeah.
If parents were sitting right in front of you, what do you want to drill into their brain to like keep doing and know or do something differently? Because I feel like it just hits them too late and they don't realize until it's too late.
Yeah. I think
the
just
questions.
asking the questions. Yeah.
questions.
If you want to know, ask the question. If nobody is like telling you the answers, ask.
There's probably a reason they're not willing to tell you the answer when you ask. So I think kind of just asking around too, like the whole word of mouth thing kind of would help too. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can find a lot online too. Like there's a bunch of like parent volleyball groups and stuff. Like they talk all the time about what's going right and what's not going right at these clubs and this place and these coaches. And so you can
mom
find a lot
forums,
online.
yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
So what's next for Infinity Volleyball? Where are you guys going? What's expansion looking like? Do you guys do boys and girls?
We would love to do boys. Boys is growing more in Colorado, which is wonderful to see. Watching boys volleyball is insane.
It's so much fun.
They're just stupidly athletic where you're like, I
like
could never
annoying.
do that if I was like top tier athlete. I could never jump that high ever.
Like hang that long.
Yeah, no, it's so much fun to watch. We eventually would love to go the boy route. We've had boys play for us on younger teams before because they can play on girls teams up until 14. Cool. So we've done that. We are in the process of opening our own athletic facility. So that's basketball, volleyball, pickleball, batting cages, a gym. Yeah, we're it's been a lot of work to be doing in the middle of our club season, but it's time for us to kind of take our own route and host our own tournaments for our region. Our region is struggling right now with gym space, and so we know that our region to continue growing needs courts, and in our area, courts are hard to find. So we're hoping to open in like August, September, October-ish time. But it's a lot of work to do in a quick time. So we're fingers crossed it works out.
Yeah.
Where would that be at?
In the Thornton area. We can't give too much away.
All right.
But not far from where we currently are, just a little further north.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That would be huge for the region. Just
be
to have a
awesome.
home for everyone to play at, and not have to worry about that gym space. Because I can imagine that's just a pain in the butt getting that scheduled and everything.
Oh, yeah.
It is the worst part.
Yeah, I think they said too, like from last season to this season, they lost like 25 facilities just because, parents and trash and all the problems that come with hosting. And so
Right.
people
Lot
were
of
just like, I'm not going to do that anymore.
We're done.
Yeah.
We're done with that.
Dang.
Which has affected like our entire region scheduling
Yeah.
stuff too. So we know this would be helpful and
Win-win for everyone.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Can you talk a little bit about the activities you guys do off season and what you actually do in season? How many tournaments do you have? What's going on? What's the club like? Give a little bit of the atmosphere.
That's a loaded question.
I know, sorry. I'm just like trying to give like people like what you would be able to read online, like give an overview of that.
Open gyms 2 days a week in the evenings, split age groups, camps for youth, like elementary school, middle school, and high school, depending on the elementary age. Private lessons.
Yeah.
What else? Like, what else are we doing?
That and tryouts is pretty
tryouts.
much all
Yeah.
we do over the summer. Sometimes we'll do like sand or grass just kind of on the fly, just see if people want to do that. And then season wide, like it depends on the team that you make, but our teams do like all of our region tournaments, and then if you're a national team, you'll travel like once or twice out of state and do qualifying tournaments.
We've been doing a mental sports performance stuff. We've kind of evolved that over the years. We started that year 2 and kind of have evolved, and it's gotten better and better. And we have a coach that actually does that for us separately from coaching, and it's been a wonderful addition. What else?
Conditioning. All the girls have to do
injury
conditioning
prevention.
as part of their stuff, and one day of conditioning is injury prevention type exercises, like focusing on how to land properly and how to
Break your ankle.
ligaments and soft tissue.
shoulder.
Yeah.
The other one is like more strength training type stuff. So.
Okay.
Awesome.
Nice.
Well, for our fans and everyone watching, where can we find you guys?
Infinity
Like, so-
Volleyball.
.com.
Well, infinityvbc.com.
Yeah.
We're also on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
And
Around town.
around town.
You know?
Around town. Love it.
Yeah.
I have a whole closet full of Infinity stuff, so I wear it all the time.
Yep. It's on my car.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. And when are tryouts so everyone knows when they are?
Tryouts are, well, there's 2 different time frames. There's
Okay.
one the second week of July, and then there's another one at the end of August.
Okay. So everyone go online, find out when tryouts are.
Yeah.
Go
Don't
out
plan
there.
your vacations at that time.
Yeah, don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Best be in Thornton.
Yes, Thornton. Well, we'll see you guys next time. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See ya.
Thanks.